と待って、近くまで行った。着替えなきゃ。ここだから、ここで着替えるかな。こっちの方がいいかも。着替えろって言わなくていいのかな。 Do something for me.
Sure. What is it? What is
着替える。あ、
Is that it?
ないんだ。ないのかよ。着替えるぜ。お。お前にも持ってねえのお前。持ってねえじゃんこいつ。インペリアルなんとかあったっけ。あれ、お前なしでいいのかな。行っちゃおうか。お前着替えなくていいの？ああ、お前やっぱりほら。
Okay.
着替えた。面白い。おう、あれ？俺これしかないのに。ちょっと待って。ヘルメットないか？ヘルメット脱いどくか。これでいいか。ヘルメット脱ぐ必要ねえか。ストームクロックと関係ねえもん。こんにちは。どこにいる？ん？またトークトゥーリグモア。ん？
Yes?
やべえ。
Need something?
なんかね、お前との会話が終わってないらしいよ。めんどくせえ。ちょっとモッドの出来がいろいろと問題あってさ。臨機応変じゃねえから。決まった場所に行かなきゃいけなかったり。おい、決まった会話しないと。Oh, this should do. What's so funny?嬉しそうじゃん。No, it's a battle dress.
A dress.
Battle dress.
You know,
It's really suits
me.
ああ。
How do I look?
You look just ridiculous with your skinny little leg.
I wonder if the Legion.
座った？
Hey,
Tell us why sit your camp on the whole border.
there have been raiders crossing the border here and ransacking the farmsteads. I had
Ransacking
the outpost built
farmsteads.
in an attempt to put a stop to them.
Yungo seems to think you are planning some kind of offensive.
Does he now? I like to cause him a few sleepless nights from time to time, but these raiders are a more serious cause for concern. My presence has deterred them from this area, but now they are striking other areas and returning to Fort Dunstad. I can't cross over the border into the Pale to deal with them for fear of it being seen as an act of aggression from Dawnstar.
Maybe we could help.
Are you suggesting a special operation? I like the sound of that, Guardian. You would have my gratitude.
なんか、やっぱあそこもやるんだ。We could pull it off. Let no witness and Yar would be none the wiser.
Excellent. It's not far from here. Follow me.
ヤールバカだって言ってる。 行こう。ああ、行こうよ。おお。もっと、パワー。リグモは走ってくること。じゃあセーブしとこうか。
Bandits, raiders, and thieves! You have been warned to stay out of Empire territory. You have chosen to ignore the warnings, but I give you one last chance to disband and disperse.
Well, if it isn't Captain Veron of the Imperial Guard, aren't you missing something? Like your army?
Maybe he's drunk on mead, and those other two are his drinking buddies.
Come on in, Veron. We know how to throw a party.
Well, they were warned. My conscience is clear. You ready?
Never should have come here.
You're as good as dead.
やるか。
Don't say I didn't warn you.
お、やられてる。誰だ強いやつ。ちょっと待って、マイナーヒーリング全部使っちゃおう。これで軽くなるわ。
You're as good as dead.
あ、見方間違えた。あ、そうか。鎧がボロいからか。ほほー。おう。これでヘルス足しとくかい。あとは
Say I didn't warn you.
You're as
お前
good
は
as dead.
お前どうすんの。ああ、立って死んでんのか。ちょっと待って。この軽装はやめさせてもらいたい。
You're as good as dead.
あとは上か。上がっていこうか。あいつ立って死んでんな。
This is the end.
あとはどこにいる。あれか。もう死ぬな。死んだ死んだ。あとは終わりか。お疲れさん。
Hey. Let's check inside this villa. Make sure we got them all.
なんかハゲが見えたよ。
Now ain't this
Now
a
ain't
surprise?
this
まだいいの
Tell
か。
us wills it.
Ourselves a hero.
どこにいる。あと見えない。おうおうおう。ちょっと待って。
No one catches an orc.
Don't say I didn't warn you.
お前か。
You're as good as dead.
あとはうわ。これって普段のそうなんだよ。
Dark days, Rigmor.
Was that really necessary?
Later in Hammerfell, he saved my life. I remember it as clear as if it were yesterday. Would you like to hear about that battle?
That sounds great.
The end was drawing near. The battle had been raging for 2 days, and it was the Dominion's final push. They thought they had the victory in their hands, and sent in everything they had. Their elite guards at the front, the rest of their army following behind. Trumpets, conches, shields bashing, horns. The noise was tremendous. The Dominion arrows blocked out the sun and turned the day to night as they made their way steadily up the hill. The wind blew in dark storm clouds from the east and it began to rain. It poured, rolling thunder above our heads. The roar of 10,000 men as General Jonna rode down from the hill to personally dictate the battle. Jonna gave the order, and the Nords charged the Altmer elite guards head on. There was an almighty crashing of shields on steel armor,
おお、すげえ
and the
な。
Altmer front line was shunted back 10
Shunted
yards
back
by the
10
sheer
yards.
force of the Nord shield wall. They tried desperately to break through it, but the hammers and broadswords behind the wall fell on them time and time again. Still the arrows rained down on us. Still the rain poured down on us, but Jonna made us stand. We waited and waited. Finally, he gave the signal, and the Legion to advance in rank and file on their left flank. Our horns and conches sounding, bashing the sides of our shields above the roar of the battle. We inched our way toward until we were 10 yards from them. They came charging on us as one, but our line held, and inch by inch we pushed them back. The clash of steel deafening. Word swept through the ranks that Titus's army had entered the Imperial city. Titus! 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 We roared. Then it happened. The Dominion command left the field. Their army faltered and broke ranks. 15,000 men fleeing the battlefield, throwing away their weapons, armor, anything that would slow them down was discarded in the panic. The Altmer elite guards stood to and died to a man, refusing quarter offered. Your father was decorated on the field by Jonna himself.
Cassius, you mentioned my dad saved your life?
Ah, yes. I was in the ranks back then. After the Concordat, I left the army and settled in northern Skyrim. I was thinking of buying a mill with my army pension when I heard of the resistance in Hammerfell. So I offered my services to the Red Guard High Command. I found myself commanding a battalion, mostly volunteers. We had been attached to the 5th Army, which was making a push deep into enemy-held territory when the treaty was signed. We were cut off and had been ordered out of territory still controlled by the Dominion. Panic started to set in and it became a full rout. The elves descended on us and began cutting us to pieces. Men, women, children.
Women and children?
Dark days, Rigmor. The army was scattered and we had taken on thousands upon thousands of refugees, all running for their lives. The baggage train was 5 miles long. The rivers ran red with blood. It was a massacre. We had to ford the last great river before safety, but we were all stranded on the wrong side of the bank. It seemed there was no hope. The desperation was almost too much to bear. Of course, the soldiers were fighting a desperate rearguard. I myself at the helm of my men. There was at least 50,000 refugees now, only about 2,000 fighting men left. The relief effort arrived and boats were slowly coming across. Women were throwing their babies into the boats. Grown men were sobbing on the bank. Some just gave up. The elves hacked and cleaved their way freely through the mass of bodies. Then we heard it. Everything stopped. Everything went quiet. Even the children stopped crying. The elves held their swords and gaped in the direction of the sound. It was like a pulsating, rolling thunder, as if the sky itself was being torn apart. Then we saw it. The banner of Ragnar the Red, coming over the crest of the hill. 2 golden gilded longhorns each side which sounded like the call of the anger of the gods. The thunder was the Nords bashing their swords against their shield wall. Then came the battle cry of 3,000 berserkers as they charged into the mass of Dominion troops. Even though they were outnumbered 3 to 1, the roar and cheer from both sides of the bank as the berserkers slew and slew and slew. The elves routed. Oh, how they ran. They were shown no mercy. No quarter was given. An eye for an eye, a tooth for a tooth, a life for a life. Ragnar rallied the remaining Red Guard, held rearguard himself until every single survivor was brought to shore safely. I owe your father a debt of gratitude I could never repay. He was eventually blamed for that massacre. Rigmor, if ever you need me to testify, to clear your family name, I will be there in a heartbeat. You should be very proud of your father. He was greatly feared by his enemies and loved by his friends.
I think I now know why he never talked about the war. Thank you, Cassius. I'll remember that offer.
Now it seems things have come full circle, and total war could once again be upon us. It is such a pity that fool Ulfric seems to think it wise to pitch brother against brother. And for what? Freedom from the Empire? Skyrim needs the Empire. All this bickering, so petty. What is it he shouts? Skyrim for the Nords? I wonder what he has in store for those poor souls who are not Nords. The Stormcloaks and the Thalmor deserve each other. Once we all fought the same common enemy, together, side by side. Ah, the enemy of my enemy.
Is my friend.
You won't have any trouble from me. I can assure you Tullius will honor any forthcoming agreement. Your problem will be convincing Ulfric's Stormcloak. I hope Ingol can knock sense into his thick skull. We had better be going before any Stormcloaks arrive. Let's head back to camp.
着替えなきゃ。
Hey.
行こう。ここのお金だけもらって。
Hey.
レッツライド。もう死んないよ。お前自分で馬乗れよ。乗れって言われなきゃ乗れないって。病気だよ、リゴモは。終わった。これでカシアスさんの話も終わったから、ミッション終わりかも。